Suplex.
Good, happy Saturday morning to each and every one of you out there. Welcome to a fresh edition of Thoughts Count Anywhere, coming to you live from the Go Live Vegas studios in the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you for joining us today. Hope everybody's recovered from what was a very busy holiday weekend, Easter, Passover. Joining me as always, my compatriots of wrestling, man straight across from me, the man, the myth, the storytime manager. He is Mr. Matt Mullen.
What's up, everybody?
What's up? And then, of course, the man who really needs no introduction because he's only known by basically one name. He is Chief.
Good morning, everyone.
And I'm Aaron Phillips here, toeing the line for everybody. Hope everybody had a good week.
Yeah, it's
What's going on? Everybody
pretty
good?
entertaining.
Based on what you shared with us? Hell yeah, we got an interesting story time coming up with Matt, with something he shared with us in the chat rooms earlier in the week, plus whatever else he wants to share. I thought that was pretty funny.
Mr. Producer, I can't hear anything in my headset, sir, at all.
All right. Check your volume. Maybe that one all the way at the end towards me. Try that one. I don't know if that's yours or not, but there you go. All right, all fixed.
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. You're well. There you go. There you go. He mind
Check
melded
the one
with
with the
me.
volume all
Make
the way
sure,
down.
make sure you get your donut now.
702-329-6947, 855-502-4321. Press 1. Let's see. Juggling Taxi Pedicab Podcast Vegas. Daniel Mann, I'd like to be on your podcast. Well, Daniel, send us an email through thoughtscountanywhere.com, and we'll see what we can do. Ronald, good morning, gentlemen. I'll listen to the replay because I'm spending time with my daughters. Fair enough, Ronald. Shout out to you and your daughters.
Have a great day, Ron. Enjoy them.
Absolutely.
Good morning, Miss Jen from Hawaii.
Aloha. What's that big? The guy from ESPN always used to say, "Aloha means goodbye." When someone would hit a home run, that was his catchphrase.
Yeah.
But I don't think aloha means goodbye, does it?
It means hello and goodbye.
Okay. So like shalom is kind of the same way. Hello, goodbye, peace, all that stuff. All right. So you learn something new every day around here.
I'm getting educated.
Edumacated.
Hey,
That's it.
while we got a minute, I want to, and I don't know if it's on here, but I want to give a shout out and a congratulations to Kevin and Miss.
Yes.
I'm going to call her Elizabeth because that is her name.
Okay.
Congratulations to the Crosses on getting married up on a glacier in Alaska.
Absolutely. So. Did she take his last name Cross?
I'm not telling you. Not telling you.
Hello, Phil Campbell. Happy Saturday to you as well. Well, yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to them.
Yes.
Alexa Bliss and company.
No, that's old news.
Well, I know, but I mean, think about that. In the last couple of weeks, a lot of these high-profile wrestlers have been shacking up and making it official.
And then we get MK bouncing the damn ball.
Oh, my
at
God.
the Cubs. To the mascot, no less.
No less. MK, we got to talk about that, dude.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Did you see what he did yesterday?
As I said,
He threw out the first pitch at the Chicago Cubs game yesterday. How he got invited to do that, God bless him. But, but the one hop, though, when he caught the ball, looked like it landed in the strike zone.
as I sent him a message, I said, that damn knuckleball works wonders.
That's right. And Bob Uecker, you know what Bob Uecker always said about
Yeah.
catching the knuckleball?
Yeah, buddy.
Wait till it stops at the backstop and then pick it up. That's how
it.
you catch a knuckleball. But, he bounced it up there. But that's all right. Listen, I had an opportunity to throw out a first pitch at Cashman Field a handful of years ago when I was doing Vegas and Rap with Ricky Cash. And let me tell you, I could toss the ball and I could do well in a regular catch, but when you're on that mound tossing out a first pitch,
It's not easy.
no, it's not. It's a little nerve-wracking. And I have to admit, I touched the dirt on mine too. I didn't get it straight into the glove. But I did get it signed by Frank Viola, who was the pitching coach at the time. And the manager used to play for the Mets, escapes me right now, who was the manager of the 51s at the time. I can see his face. Wally Backman, when he was a coach. They both autographed the ball I threw.
Frankie V.
That's it. Frankie Viola from Long Island, New York.
Yes, he is.
That's right.
I believe he went to either Manhattan or I can't think.
I don't remember. Well,
in town.
Was it? No, I was going to say. No, I was going to say St. John's.
No.
So
I'll look it up.
Daniel Mann, are you in Las Vegas? Yes, sir, Daniel, we are. Go Live Las Vegas. Go Live Vegas Studios in the heart of Las Vegas. That is our studios.
Well, why don't you put the number up again, and maybe Daniel will call in.
Well, there you go. 702-329-6947, Daniel. Press the number 1 to come into the studios. I'm not sure what a juggling taxi cab driver would be a spot for on a wrestling show, unless you like wrestling, or we can put you in a wrestling ring. Who the hell knows?
I'll put you in a headlock.
There you go.
I learned
We'll get
how.
Jennifer to come back and put it in a headlock.
Hey, did you see I challenged her again?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Were you silly enough to do that?
Yeah.
Another headlock?
I told her I wasn't ready the first time. I had to train a little bit more.
Let's see him in a Taekwondo match. Or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Which, by the way...
You know what? I had fun. We had... No, I don't want to say it.
And I want to share this.
We had
Matt,
fun.
And you just confirmed it as I just saw the picture. Ladies and gentlemen, that show with Jennifer last week so far has been the #1 viewed show, right?
Yeah.
In all time for TCA, even surpassing our visit with Vicky Guerrero the very first time we had her on the show. But so far, almost 30,000 views differential in Jennifer's favor.
True.
And as a reminder, they do have a show coming up May 1st at the Sahara.
21st.
We're waiting upon official ticket information.
21st.
What did I say?
May 1st.
May 21st. I dropped the 2. May 21st.
It will be May 21st. Ultimate Women Wrestling, Saturday, May 21st, 8 p.m. bell time in the Sahara Theater located at the Sahara.
And hopefully we're in to go. Well, save up if you're looking at it through the Sahara website, because that's the Sahara website that's showing some pricing. I'm waiting for confirmation, as we all are, from Jennifer to see if and when tickets are available through their website,
right.
As she indicated last week. So hopefully I'll get confirmation of that while we're on the air, and then I can pass it on.
And I have the match card that I'll read off later.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
If you want later on.
Absolutely. We'll get to that a little bit later. Yeah. And you know what, though? Cards subject to always change. It may even change between now and then. But hopefully in a couple of weeks, maybe about a week or two out from that night, we'll have some of the ladies back in the studio talking about their participation in UWW.
Well, you know, she was talking about it's an all-women show.
Yes.
I get pissed off. I may show up with a kendo stick and hop the damn rail and jump in the damn ring and attack somebody. Who knows what the chief will do?
Aaron, our Mr. Producer, and myself, we had a conference call with Jennifer and one of the other owners about some streaming possibilities.
Yes, sir.
And at the end of the conversation, he asked me, Tom did, who is one of Jennifer's partners, he said to me, we might need some help with commentary. And
step right up.
So I said to him, I said, I had a conversation with Jennifer when I met her, but I got the impression it was an all-female production, including commentary and ring announcing. He did confirm that was the case. However, he was interested and is interested in the possibility of another participant in the commentary booth, as long as one of them is a female.
Maybe they need Matt there. And I'll bring my kendo stick, and we'll be security.
Well, conversations are continuing to happen, so you never know what we got going on. So
I'm Idaho.
That's right. So things are happening possibly with us in UWW. Things are in talks. But anyway, 855-502-4321, 702-329-6947. Press the number 1. Now,
let's rock and roll.
Well, I was going to say, before we get started, of course.
What do you want to do?
It is time for...
Oh, that's right.
Story time with Matt.
It is now story time with the enforcer, Matt Muller.
All right, it's time for Crazy People of Fremont. I was in my office talking to my friend Nick, helping him try to fix something, and I look on our loading dock, and this crazy guy's running around, and he tries to get into one of the cars of like our cleaning people. So I chased him off, and I saw him go down towards the garage, and I went back towards my office. And then, do you have the video ready, Mr. Producer?
And then
go down to the garage, and we see this.
You're a freaking idiot.
He wanted a souvenir, obviously.
Hey, he goes and breaks both of the gates.
He was wrestling them.
And then when he goes like back upstairs, he breaks one of our ATMs. And then he was met with a new shiny pair of matching bracelets.
No fur on him, right?
And a trip to a place where there's bars and a limited place to go.
Wow. What was his reasoning for that? Did he come up with one?
He was in the CIA.
He was in the CIA and felt these gates were against the country or something?
Apparently.
He couldn't.
He's just crazy. Meth is bad.
He couldn't even put a headlock on him, man. I'd have taught him how to. Damn.
Exactly. Or the rear chin.
Yeah.
thing, right?
You know what? That son of a bitch hurt.
You still hurting?
No, I'm behind now. But boy, I'll tell you what, when she put that one on, it definitely, yeah.
All right.
I'll leave it at that.
There you go. Any other stories that you want to tag along with that, or is that the main highlight, sir?
That was like the main one.
That was the main one? I like when you get footage of it. It really does bring the stories to life. It's like pictures in the Playboy magazine.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I haven't bought one of those. Are they still even in production, Playboy? Hugh Hefner's
so.
not doing. Are they? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Thomas said it best.
Yeah.
Hashtag stupid idiot.
Exactly.
Help! She's touching my special area.
Oh my God. All right, with that, it is time for us to get into some headlines and news and all kinds of I hear voices. All right, this is interesting because I missed this one. Rumor is Jeff Hardy has been reaching back out to WWE officials about buying out his AEW contract so he can return to WWE, as he is not happy working AEW Dark in 8 and 10-man tag team matches. Some might say the grass is always greener on the other side.
I literally laughed when I read that because I think it's complete nonsense. I don't think he's going back to WWE after everything that happened. I'm pretty sure he's happier with his brother and creative freedom and all that fun stuff.
Is Matt with him in these 8 and 10 tag teams, right? It's as the Hardy Boys, right?
Yeah.
And his tag partners are Sting and Darby Allin. So it's not like they're jobber matches.
Right.
Good morning, William.
Yes, sir. William, Top Rope Collectibles.
Had an awesome show in Indianapolis, man, with Johnny Morrison and LA Smooth.
There you go. All right.
No,
Burnett's not a believer in that story as well.
Me either.
Well, here's the question that I have. Do we really know what happened with Jeff and the WWE? Do we truly know?
Yeah, we do. He said it in an interview.
What did he say? Let's recap what he said. If you can.
He said he didn't feel important. He did his stuff in that match, and then he said he just felt like leaving, so he went through the crowd and left. WWE assumed he was on drugs. He said he wasn't, so they made him get a drug test.
Did he pass
They made him
it?
wait for this drug test for like 6 weeks. He passed, of course. And after that, once he was released, he was just like, no, I'm not doing this.
Well, I'll tell you.
Right to AEW.
I'll tell you. Drug test doesn't take 6 weeks to get the results back. Okay, I know that for a fact. So, if that in fact is the true story, well, I'm going to tell you what. If he decides that he really, I'm not going to say he's a stupid idiot, okay, because he's not. But I agree with you, and I agree with Thomas. This is a bogus story, and if it was me myself, I sure as shit wouldn't be going back to WWE.
Certainly, you'd have to second guess the decision to walk out in the first place if he wants to come back.
That's why I brought that up that way.
Rumor is WWE is interested in re-signing FTR. Interesting note I saw too is that Bret Hart is supposed to be quote unquote managing them at in a match not related to AEW. But then
it's going to be at Maryland Championship Wrestling.
But then coattailing that, yesterday I saw a story come through that very quietly, Bret Hart supposedly signed some sort of contract with WWE.
Apparently he signed like a pretty lucrative contract just to get him. I'm sure Vince is like, no, you're not going to AEW. Here's money.
Yeah.
Which I find kind of surprising that Bret, if that's the case, what we just outlined there, that Bret would just sign the contract for money rather than going to AEW where they're honoring Owen with this tournament and whatnot. And we know that getting Owen into the Hall of Fame will never happen while his wife's around and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that he would sign back with the WWE regardless of the dollars on the bottom line. Especially since Brett's already made appearances at AEW, i.e. showing off the heavyweight championship belt when the promotion even started.
True.
So
You took my thought
Oh.
with Owen. No, with Owen being, with them having this tournament with Owen's name on it, you would think that Brett would go to AEW.
Yeah.
But hey, as Vince has always said, it's about business. So
cards subject to change.
Brett's always been
You
like
know.
a businessman, and everyone's always said he's taking it like too seriously. So I'm
Right.
sure he sees enough zeros. He was like, plus in AEW has to deal with Martha Hart and all that, and it's not exactly on the greatest of terms with that family,
Oh, well, there you go.
with the rest of them. So
yeah,
that might have had a factor.
Sure, that's a great point. Good morning, Duke. Duke Lawrence is in the house. William Hudson says if he wanted to go back, he definitely wouldn't have turned down the Hall of Fame opportunity. However, that offer went out to him well before this all happened, right?
Oh yeah.
Daniel, that 855-502-4321, 855. And then, of course, that's only for outside the United States. If you're calling from within the U.S., 702-329-6947. 702-329-6947. Press 1. Okay. Last article. Rumor is when AEW contacted Bray Wyatt about joining the promotion, his asking price was very high, which is probably why he hasn't signed with anyone yet. Is he purposely pricing himself out at this point to return?
I don't think so. I think he has other things that he's interested in doing right now. Because I read an article that Mike put out about Bray and his brother.
Mm-hmm.
And, Mike feels that WWE did right by Bray, but didn't do right by his brother. And
Well, I think we'd all be in agreement with that, with the way he's treated.
exactly. So I think there's other things on the horizon that both of Mr. Rotundo's sons want to do other than professional wrestling. So,
All right, we have a caller calling in, and thank goodness for caller ID. It is a gentleman who we've been talking to in the chat room. Mr. Daniel Mann joins us. Daniel, how are you, sir?
How you doing, champ?
We're doing great. How are you this morning on this fine April morning?
Good. Very well.
What's up? What can we do for you?
I drive a pedicab in Las Vegas, but I was Golden Glove champion, Diamond Belt champion, New England, Rhode Island boxer.
Okay, how long ago was that?
Wrestling.
How long ago was that?
1981.
Right on. So you said you're from back east, it sounded like?
Yeah, Vinny Pazienza was my old sparring partner.
Wow.
We had a war. We had wars in the gym.
Wow. What part of the what
Yeah,
part of
but
the East Coast was that?
Providence, and Cranston.
Oh, okay. So up in Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. Yeah.
hey Dan, was that up New England Championship Wrestling area, huh?
Oh yeah, they had a lot of stuff up there. They had that WWE at the Civic Center.
Right.
And the wrestling, I'm not too sure. Is it you? Are you into like the wrestling, or are you into WW?
This is all pro. This is all pro wrestling. WWE, AEW, the Indies, some pop culture, a little bit of everything. We have a picture of we got a picture of you up on our screen right now as the juggling taxi guy. My crack research staff. We've got you up there. So tell us real quickly about the juggling stuff. What are you doing here in Vegas?
Oh, well, I juggle for my patients. I call my clients my patients as a joke.
Okay.
But I ride a rickshaw, and I get out and I juggle for my customers. I balance the hat on my nose. I'm known for balancing the hat on my nose more than anything.
Gotcha.
Like everywhere. And I sing Roddy Rich's music. I claim he's my son. And yeah, and like ee-oo, the box ee-oo. And then I sing Mexican music, Christian Nodal.
Okay.
And I claim he's my son. And I tell all the Mexicans, he's my son. And,
Oh, my goodness.
And I sing Latino music, and I sing Ethiopian music, but I can't sing Irish music.
Is this on Fremont Street or where's that?
That's on Fremont, and we're going to be on the Boulevard soon.
Okay. Well, I wonder if
the thing is, the Conor McGregors, they know me. The McGregors, they know me.
I wonder if our security guy here, Matt, has ever seen you on Fremont Street.
On Fremont? Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe.
Well, can you put that picture back up?
I got famous being a Teddy Afro in Ethiopia. He's the world's biggest singer. and I got famous for being a Conor McGregor fan.
From this
I was on.
From this angle,
Yeah, I was
gentlemen.
on Conor McGregor TV.
Chief, I want you to take a look at the picture again. From the back, does that not look like Otto von Clutch?
Yes, it does.
There you go. I think that's Otto in another personality. Well, Dan, I'll tell you what.
I'm quite all right, my man.
Message us through either our Facebook page or our website. We'll talk offline, and perhaps we'll see if we can make something happen and bring you on down the line.
Okay, I couldn't see the email, but I'll
Go to thoughtscountanywhere.com. That's our website. You can send us an email through that site.
Okay.
All right,
good,
man.
my friend.
Appreciate it.
Have fun, guys.
You bet. All right, there you go.
Have a good day.
Right on. All right, with that, we're going to step aside for our first break of the morning. You are watching Thoughts Count Anywhere, coming to you live from the Go Live Vegas studios in the heart of Las Vegas. That's Matt. That's the Chief. I'm Aaron. We'll be right back.
It's not the worst podcast ever, is it? It's the best podcast. Thoughts Count Anywhere. All your wrestling news, all your hobbit-cha-hey, all your gimmickry. Go on over, listen wherever your podcasts are downloaded. The Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. I'm the big LG Doc Ellis. That's my endorsement. Booyah!
This is the story of one man's incredible journey from 350 to 200-pound weight loss and his mission to help and inspire others. Aaron Phillips. People are praising Aaron's new book with 5-star reviews. Aaron's various humorous and wildly entertaining stories portray his rise as a sports announcer, his encounters with exotic and irregular entertainers on the Las Vegas Strip through his long-running Vegas Unwrapped radio show, and his contagious and positive style of pursuing success. Call now or visit our website or Amazon now to get your copy of Let My Voice Speak to You, stories from a Hall of Fame radio personality. Order now.
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? I just wonder, is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
All right, welcome back to Thoughts Count Anywhere.
Hubcaps.
Well, I thought this was the latest edition of SmackDown that we're watching, but I think it's last week.
I was being nice.
That's all right. Interesting discussion in the chat room going on back and forth about Bret Hart.
You tried hard.
And his thought on Bret's thoughts on AEW being just like a WCW. So interesting conversation between Philip and William. All right, let's get into.
I would hope he doesn't have the same thoughts of Tony Khan and Eric Bischoff being the same person.
Well, you know what? If there's anybody that would uncover a conspiracy, because a friend always, and I think the more we talk about it, has always believed that a certain owner of WWE is in cahoots with the owner of AEW. So, I don't know.
I still want to see genetic testing of Nick Khan and Tony Khan to see if they're not related.
Send
call bullshit.
Send them the link to Ancestry.com on us. We'll have time. All right. Speaking of weddings, as we talked about at the top of the hour, this past week on Raw was a double wedding segment, right, between Dana and Reggie. And yeah, exactly. Tamina and what's his name? Tozawa?
Yep.
Okay. Now, I didn't see the segment live, but feedback that I saw on social media, actually that segment got some praise, that it was a good, fun, entertaining segment. Even Bully Ray said that on Busted Open this past week. Did you see the segment?
Yeah, I saw it.
What were your thoughts?
I was thoroughly entertained.
Were
it
you?
was funny.
Because wedding scenes traditionally on WWE really don't go very well.
They never do, but they always take them seriously, and then something happens.
So who's the current title holder now? Because I know it bounced around a couple of times. And is it back to Dana?
Yeah.
So Dana got it back after went around 3 times in that wedding scenario, right?
Yeah, she pinned R-Truth, and then they ran out of the ring.
How many times has R-Truth had that belt? 9,000?
I don't know. I got to tell you though, I laughed my ass off. That was That was entertaining.
Well, there you go. WWE.
They put the entertainment in sports entertainment.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Other than a true wrestling match, that was it was good.
Right.
I'm surprised you liked it.
I did.
But what was the purpose of this? Where's
you know
the
what
end of
the
the
hard
storyline
part
for
was?
this?
Tamina couldn't get out of her own way with the wedding dress on.
Oh, she's a little tight, little snug for her to move
She
around.
was trying to get up, and the damn thing was so long she couldn't.
You mean to get into the ring?
No, she was in the ring, but she got knocked over, and she was trying to get up to pin R-Truth, and her feet kept slipping on her on the wedding dress. It was good. I enjoyed it. I laughed my ass off.
Gentleman through YouTube is watching us live on YouTube. Good morning, YouTubers. Pest _ says, can we stop, though, with the wedding crap? So overdone. And I can't disagree. We were just, exactly. A lot of wedding scenes, but apparently this segment went off and everybody was entertained by it.
Exactly.
Which is where the E in WWE comes from now.
When you know it's basically just a skit, you're not going to they're actually getting married. We'll see what happens. You just know something's going to happen literally right off the bat.
Exactly. Bobby Lashley and Lana getting married didn't happen. I think that really the first one was when Tess was supposedly getting married to McMahon, Stephanie, back in the day, right? Yep. That was really the first one. Then we had, what was his name? It was Edge and Lita, right? They were going to consummate in the middle of the ring, So a lot of these, things have gone through the test.
Macho Man and Elizabeth ended with a snake.
That's right. I forgot about that one. That's right. So anyway, but it was entertaining, and that seems to be the trend. But it's not for everybody, as we're seeing.
Mark Henry and Mae Young.
Oh my God! But I think that probably would rank up there with.
That was entertainment.
Right. Exactly. That's a good question. Thomas says, wondering what the quarter-hour rating was for that segment. Good question. All right. WWE filmed 2 weeks of SmackDown yesterday. Why are next week is because it's the NFL draft, probably.
Correct.
Oh, they're going to the UK.
Oh, that's right. They're traveling to the UK.
They got a European tour.
That's right.
Did you see who's going to be out here this week?
Yes, they're going to be calling off the
Miz.
The Miz was one,
and Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, I did see that yesterday. Absolutely. Yes. I don't know if do you have the video that I sent you there, Mr. Producer, of the Bellagio stage that I was going to use? If you can set it up, because I saw a video, which I'm going to talk about on Aaron's Hour later. All that construction that was going on in front of the Bellagio is the red carpet stage.
Yes.
Which a lot of people are saying is even nicer at the Bellagio than the stage that is set up for the actual draft selections down by the Link area.
Yeah.
So Channel 5 locally, why am I blanking?
It's Channel 5.
Channel 5, yeah, it's a local Fox channel. They had drone footage. Here it comes. It's about 15 seconds.
Yep.
So those fountains are not going to be running for the next week, but that's, of course, there's the Paris Eiffel Tower. Strip on the left for those who don't know, so we're kind of coming in from the northeast direction. But look at that stage. I mean, that thing's got to be well constructed because, boy, I'd hate for something to collapse in there while these guys and gals are on it. But amazing
if you hear
work.
A zzz, run.
Exactly right. But I'll tell you what, I mean, listen, that's why we have engineers. This is why we have people that can construct these kind of things. But, yeah, so that's happening this week. So that's probably right in the UK tour.
Yeah,
as well.
Don't do like the Army did this past week, piss Pelosi off when they jumped out of the airplane to the Washington Nationals game, and they had to evacuate the Capitol area. Did you hear about that?
No, I did not, because they weren't sure what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And Pelosi saying, well, it's the Army's fault. Pelosi, get a life.
All right.
They forgot to throw her out of the airplane.
Go back to California. Drink your wine.
Exactly. Hey, before we go to the rant, which I think maybe we just got a little snippet of, Randy Orton celebrating 20 years in the WWE.
That's crazy. I remember when he debuted.
Yeah.
I heard an interesting comment coming in this morning. Who was going to be the next opponent for Roman Reigns, since there's not a lot of quote-unquote
opportunities.
Okay. Now, I would assume most people are thinking it's Drew McIntyre, which I agree with. He's due a championship match. But I'm going to tell you what, Mr. Orton, with 20 years in the business, has done a lot of stuff in the WWE. I think he deserves a shot at Roman Reigns, even though he's on Raw. Okay, even though he's on Raw.
Unified title, though, right?
I my opinion, if they didn't have the tag belts, my money would be on Mr. Orton.
And that's a great point, because this morning on my second favorite show. Thank you, Pest. We appreciate it. But you know what? This is not all about Vegas. We are who we are, and we'd appreciate those kind of comments. You know, we leave them out there for you to discuss with other people. But anyway, so Randy Orton, first-time ballot Hall of Famer, no question. But this morning, my second favorite show, Busted Open. He's got at least, he thinks he wants to go another 10 years, which would put him in his early 50s, because I think he's 42 right now.
Yes.
He basically would be like Chris Jericho.
Yes.
But he's got, in my opinion, I agree, he's got at least one more championship run for him to wear a heavyweight belt at some point. At least one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because he's certainly in great shape. He's had injuries, but nothing that's really shelved him for a long time. And I mean the heavyweight belt, not the tag belt. But I think he would have to drop the tag belts before they put him into the main main picture. No, Pasty is not a 16-time champion. 16 is John Cena.
Do we
daggone it.
Do we see RK Bro possibly dropping the tag belts and to the Usos, and then Randy possibly getting his chance at?
Well, they'd have to make that a high-profile match. Let me backcheck. Is Backlash a big enough pay-per-view to warrant a title change?
Yeah.
Well, okay, well,
we got stuck with Jinder. Oh, that was another one. Was that when Jinder Mahal won the title from Randy Orton?
I believe so. Yeah.
But we're talking Jinder Mahal.
I believe it is.
So if that were the case, so if they were to drop the belts, would they set up something for the title picture for SummerSlam?
I don't know.
Because that would be the next major pay-per-view.
Just something I'm throwing out there. That's all. Yeah. I mean, who realistically, and you look, okay.
Walter's name has come up to go against Reigns.
He hasn't been there long enough.
No, I agree.
I'm talking a 20-year guy against a guy that just came up to WWE.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Walter, Gunter, whatever the hell his name is, he's got to pay his dues yet. Now,
He's been
granted,
in WWE for like 3 or 4 years now.
Okay.
NXT UK for a while.
No.
So it shows you actually got to watch.
Wait, I was going to say he has paid some of his dues over in NXT UK. I will totally agree with you. And then when he came to NXT here, he's put over there. He's got a good resume, but he just came up to the main roster. And in my mind, he's got a little ways to go before he gets a championship shot. I'd rather see Sami Zayn get a championship shot before Gunter.
Before we get ready for the rant, and so that's a cue for our producer to get ready for the rant, let us mention real quickly that Roman Reigns has now been champion. He's been undefeated for over 600 days. He's now the 6th longest reigning champion in history.
Hey, I want to throw something out before I go to the rant real quick. I know we have a great podcast here.
Right.
We like to listen to another podcast on Saturday.
Our second favorite.
But I went to a podcast the other night, and I told Mr. Will Hudson, who is a member of it, Coast to Coast podcast, is on Tuesday nights. Listen to it. A lot of good education there, and they have some good topics like we do. They're professional wrestling fans.
Who does he do it with?
Will, if you can help me out, man.
Will, we should stream that here through Go Live Vegas, dude.
Give me a call.
We need to stream that through Go Live Vegas.
You know, I want to get it out there. I listened to it Tuesday night, and Will is the historian, and
right.
he, you know, Matt wouldn't like it because it's a lot of old school stuff.
Old school.
But hey, it is a good podcast, and I just wanted to shout that out. So,
right on.
Mr. Will, there you go, buddy.
All right, with that, it is now time. By the way, I want to thank all the comments coming in from Twitter. Roman Reigns appreciated Bret Hart 2 days ago, and then all of a sudden he's signed. That's good for business. All right. There was another comment that came through from Drew through Twitter stating that since WWE wants FTR back, or they're looking into that, signing Bret Hart to come back to the WWE might be a way of opening the door for FTR to possibly come back. Who knows? We'll see. With that, it is now time for the segment that everybody loves, 3 minutes of fame for the man known as Chief during his Chiefs Rant.
Hey, good morning, everyone. It is the Chief. My 3 minutes of fame is now 2:58. I want to continue on with Mr. Orton, and I'm going to make it real quick. I think Randy deserves another run as the unified champion if it's going to stay that way, and I really can't see it going any other way. I am enjoying RK Bro. Don't get me wrong. I think it's fun having great tag team champions and great tag team. I mean, you know, you look at the Smokers. I like them. You know, there's some high flyers, and you know, we're talking about possibly seeing the tag team from AEW coming back to WWE. That would be interesting. I'd love to see a entire tag team championship mixed of all the tag teams in professional wrestling. I think you'd get some hell of a matches. But getting back to Mr. Orton, you know, I remember Randy as a young fella when he was starting out. And, you know, he's got some lineage with his grandfather and his father. You know, his dad's Cowboy Bob Orton. And one of the dirtiest players in the game besides Ric Flair. Always used to have a busted hand up and used to cast in these matches. But, you know, Randy's exceeded that. And, you know, he's a great heel. And it shows that he can get over as a fan favorite. So he's played both sides of the fence. And he's done it for 20 years. Now, granted, he has had his own problems as a human being, not as a professional wrestler. And as we all have, as I have had problems. And I applaud Randy for getting his arms around him and correcting and doing what he's needed to do. And you look at him now, I don't think there's anybody better in the ring than Randy Orton right now. So, you know, I don't want to see RK Bro lose the tag belts, but I think that's best for business. And then you put Randy as a single wrestler and build a storyline and let him become the world champion again. That's the Chiefs rant, over and out.
Wow, that was a very subdued rant. I'm not used to that.
See if I can get Chief to admit this one. Is Randy Orton a better wrestler than his grandpa and his dad combined?
In his era today, I would say he's on an equal playing field as his grandfather and his father.
I knew he wouldn't admit it. Randy Orton's 10 times better than everyone in his family. Even they've admitted it.
On to the next topic. Pat McAfee in talks with Amazon about working Thursday Night Football.
How come we're not talking about hubcaps today at all?
It's not on the run sheet so far.
Here.
Not yet.
Nothing. I've looked at the whole thing. There is no hubcaps on here at all.
So, as I was saying, Pat McAfee in talks with Amazon about working Thursday Night Football, as well as hosting his podcast on Amazon Prime. That's going to be a beaucoup dollars for him.
Hell yeah. That guy's turning into one busy man.
Oh. He's currently, his podcast is on what? Mad Dog Sports?
I believe so.
Sirius?
On YouTube, yeah.
And on YouTube as well.
You know,
But he makes frequent appearances on ESPN, of course, what he does on WWE, et cetera. So,
Yep.
you know what? Good for him. If he signs it and can make it work, I would love to see him in the booth. I think he'd be great in the booth for Monday Night Football.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, moving a show there doesn't necessarily impact me because I don't catch it every day. But if it makes him money and it's good for him, for a guy like this, absolutely.
He's one of the best and most entertaining announcers WWE's had in forever.
I think he's good for the wrestling business.
Yeah.
Not only as a quasi-performer or a semi-performer, but also as an announcer. He brings something to the table and makes it a little bit more exciting.
I think he's a fan. As a color guy. He's not a guy who's come up through the wrestling ranks like a Corey Graves, who technically is a color guy. Byron Saxton is color. But he's a fan providing color commentary. And he knows his stuff. I mean, he could probably be a lead broadcaster, but it would change his ability and the character that he has now. Because when you're a straight guy calling the action, it's very different than being a color, the color guy.
True.
He is in the right spot. He's got the right personality, the right beat for it. And that's because he's a fan of wrestling too.
Could you imagine if him and Jerry the King Lawler and good old JR was doing Monday Night Raw together, the three of them?
I'll tell you what, I would go a step further back. Gorilla Monsoon in the middle of those two guys.
Oh my God!
Okay,
no,
because he dealt with crazy. He dealt with crazy Bobby Heenan. That's why.
No, Bobby Heenan.
Yeah, but you're talking about three color commentators. You still need one lead broadcaster.
Yeah.
So if Gorilla dealt with Bobby Heenan, imagine those two. You know,
I'm gonna start a fight in this place. Pat McAfee's better than both of them.
Anybody?
Good old Madison Square Garden.
That's right. That's right. All right. Let's step aside for a second break of hour number one. Hour number one's almost in the books already. Can you believe it? It's crazy. You are watching.
We're having fun.
We are. We always have fun here.
Absolutely.
You are watching.
I may even take my teeth out today.
No, please don't.
Oh, God.
You have no reason to.
Oh, okay.
By the way, I prayed thanks to whomever that you didn't do that last week with Jennifer because she would have been running out. You're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. We'll be right back.
What's up, man? It's your boy, Fatu. I'm here with my man, Big G. I need you to check out the podcast, Thoughts Count Anywhere. This is the essential character EC3 on behalf of my dear friends at Thoughts Count Anywhere. The podcast for your mind when you need deep thinking about all things sports and entertainment.
Hello, this is Martin Casals, a.k.a. Marty the Mob, and you're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. Enjoy. This is Impact Wrestling's Dash and Chris Bay, the ultimate finesser, former Finesse Division champion, and you're listening to Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast.
Thoughts Count Anywhere. Y'all watching it. This is my new tag team partner, Steve-O, a.k.a. Zeus, from the hit movie Friday, and from No Holds Barred.
Hi, I'm Sean Navarre. Listen to Thoughts Count Anywhere for all your wrestling news.
Hey, what's going on? This is Axe, and I'm smashing the demolition. And we want to invite you to watch every Saturday morning. Thoughts Count
Anywhere.
It's not the worst podcast ever, is it? It's the best podcast. Thoughts Count Anywhere. All your wrestling news, all your hobbit all your gimmickry. Go on over, listen wherever your podcasts are downloaded. The Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. I'm the big LG Doc Ellis. That's my endorsement. Booyah!
All right, welcome back. Thoughts Count Anywhere. We got a lot to go on. Backlash coming up in a couple of weeks. I think Backlash is Mother's Day weekend, if I'm not mistaken, right? The 9th or something?
I believe so.
8th, 9th, somewhere around there. That's coming up. All right, Rhea Ripley finally turned on Liv Morgan after they failed to capture the tag titles. That was supposed to happen, I think, the week before, but Rhea was sick due to
Coronavirus.
COVID-19 protocol.
Yes.
Rumors that
you are correct.
Rumors that Rhea may be joining Edge and Damien in that thing. But I liked Ripley and Liv Morgan together because now I'm afraid that's going to push Liv Morgan out of the picture again.
I hope it doesn't. But I think Rhea's going to get a push and end up going against Bianca Belair soon.
What about
Okay, that's fair.
Hey, what about Liv Morgan and Shotzi as a tag team?
I don't think they, to me, unless Shotzi gets more airtime to make it viable, I don't see how that would work immediately.
From what I saw in the spoilers of like SmackDown, without spoiling anything, I saw like Shotzi and Aaliyah are finally like going to be on SmackDown.
I read that as well. I saw that.
And then we've got what's her name's coming up this week? Raquel Gonzalez, but her name's going to be Raquel Rodriguez now or something.
Well, that already happened this past week. She had a match under her new name. Is that Roxy we're talking about? Former Roxy?
No, Raquel Gonzalez.
Raquel Gonzalez from NXT.
I'm sorry, because they named Roxy something very similar to that.
Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, well, it's those are names that get me confused all the time. So
I'm confused all the time anyway, so it don't make a damn bit
about
of difference.
every day.
Yeah.
It's at 37.5.
Hey, I'm watching that jabroni right there. What an asshole. Drew Gulak. Who the hell cares about him?
They need to get him wrestling. This commentary stuff is not... That's not where he should be. He should be out on the ring. I mean, he proved it when he wrestled Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson. He shouldn't be doing this stuff with the microphone.
I read a comment or a story a couple weeks ago, and I just want to mention this. Anybody who's on Raw or SmackDown, their contract's at least $250,000 a year. Did you see anything on that?
I did not.
Oh yeah, I saw. It was like some interview, and somebody said like the minimum contract in WWE is $250,000 for SmackDown.
Well, I mean, it's not bad if you're not doing anything and sitting around and catering, but
even then, you still got to pay for your own travel.
I was going to say,
stuff.
it's an
That's
independent
half
contractor.
your pay right there.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great point because they're all ICs. That's the problem there. I want to remind everybody that as you're seeing here up at the front desk here, this little poster where I'm front here, this is going to be our poster that we're going to have our guests sign throughout the year. And eventually we are going to raffle it off to raise money for a nonprofit. Right now we're targeting the Nevada Coalition for Suicide Prevention as a possible target.
Yes.
So we have Jennifer Santana. She broke the virgin level of this poster. She signed it for us last week. Tag Me In is a program that all of wrestling is doing. If you need someone to talk to, if you feel you're at the brink, tag us in. All of us here involved with Thoughts Count Anywhere, we are available. You can simply reach out to us through our website, thoughtscountanywhere.com. But in the meantime, go out to our website, click on the shop tab. Plenty of shirts items out there. New shirts are being produced every week. As you saw, we have, there's one right there, the one that Matt is wearing with one of our newest ones.
TCA for life.
That's right. Chiefs Rant. So we got our shirts on, and I think our producer has a couple that he's going to pop up on the screen. But check it out. ThoughtsCountanywhere.com, and just click on the shop tab. I would have brought it up on the website this morning, but I did not.
I laugh every time I see that creative writing shirt.
Yes, and of course you can go to GoLive.Vegas. You like a mug? Well, for only $14.95, my friends, you can get a mug and sport Thoughts Count Anywhere wherever you go, at work or at home. Preferably at work, more people will see it. And there's the poster. If you'd like a poster of our show, all to your own, you can order that as well. It's the exact same poster that we have here in the studio.
And the exact same size.
Exact same size. Let me tell you, it's 2x3, 24 by 36. And, of course, download the Go Live Vegas mobile app, because when there's not a show airing live, it's the best of the 80s music as well as commercials and sound drops that when you hear it, you just kind of go, oh, that was funny. I remember that. Oh, and I love it, of course, being our show. Every once in a while, I'll catch it when the Hulk Hogan drop comes on. So pretty cool. Anyway, GoLive.Vegas is a place. And, of course, reach out to GoLive.Vegas through the website. Send an email if you need any video, production work, whatever you need, graphic design, website hosting. GoLive.Vegas is the place to be. Good morning, Desert Shark. Cody Ryan, good morning. Thomas says Liv Morgan will get a couple of matches against Rhea and then probably go back to catering. Well, at $250,000, why not? Okay. Cody Rhodes teases that if he wins the WWE Championship, he will ditch the current title for the Winged Eagle belt. But aren't they redesigning a belt as a unified championship belt that I saw, or are they going to have him carrying around both belts?
I don't know. For now, it's both belts. But when Cody said that, I've never wanted somebody to win a WWE championship so much in my life.
Well, it might raise the value of my winged eagle I have at home then, maybe. Who knows?
Heck yeah. Maybe like redesign it a little bit just so it's not the same exact one.
Yeah.
No. Even then, it'd be the same
Yeah.
one.
That would be
Sign
interesting.
me up.
Exactly. Hey, Stone Cold said if he gets booked for WrestleMania 39, the Rattlesnake will be there. I think after
So will we.
So will we. That's a SoFi. SoFi. Did I see something that they're starting to put something out there for ticket reservations for that, or am I thinking about SummerSlam?
I think that's SummerSlam.
That's SummerSlam?
Usually WrestleMania tickets go on sale in like November.
Okay. I'll tell you what.
Round Survivor Series-ish.
They start selling that stuff so doggone early. It's amazing how quickly they get it out there. Devon Dudley, who recently had surgery a number of months back, has been recovering and was out of WWE, out of the production role, but it looks like he will be returning soon to the backstage efforts of producing shows.
That's cool. He's definitely one of the better producers they have, so he's probably been sorely missed back there.
If he has any inkling about production the way Bully does, when you listen to him on Busted Open and the creativity of what can be done in his mind, I wish to God he was producing. Like we've even talked about it, of how he's not on somebody's production team, creative writing team, whatever, is beyond me. It's beyond me.
Makes no sense. Like everything like he says, I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
It would be excellent to see him do that. Thomas Burnett says there was an email sent after WrestleMania about ticket reservations for next year. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Let's see. Levi Merriweather, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, via Twitter. T-Bar apparently has a birthday today. So T-Bar. Mace is now Face. Where did they come up with that god-awful name for him? Jeez. Are they slowly bringing back everybody from Retribution at this point?
They just need to release Ali already and let him do his own thing.
Yeah.
They're literally holding that guy hostage.
April 15th has passed, so maybe there's going to be no releases this year.
Well, card subject to change.
Normally it's around tax day, if I remember right.
That has been the tradition, so to speak, over the last couple of years. That the week after WrestleMania, or even the day after WrestleMania, for crying out loud, was the target date for more drops.
Yes,
and that would be sad. Mia Yim, Desert Shark is asking, where's Mia Yim been since asking out of Retribution?
She got released, so I would imagine she'd be AEW bound with her husband by now.
At some point, right?
Yeah.
Don't they have a kid? They have a child, don't they? Mia and Keith?
I don't think so.
I don't believe so. But Desert Shark, you can ask her yourself. She's going to be at the LA Fan Fest. So, so if you really want to know, drive over to LA, buy a ticket, get in line, and ask Mia Yim all about it.
There you go.
There you go, buddy.
Where you been?
Yeah.
Mia Yim.
And you know we've had Mia Yim at FSW.
So Desert Shark is clarifying that wasn't meant to laugh about Mia's job. That was meant about the question Aaron asked.
Yeah, okay. Go back to sleep.
Anyway. Hey, we have another pay-per-view coming up soon for Impact, right? Rebellion's coming up. When is that show?
Today.
Is it tonight?
Tonight. And by the way, on the way in, I heard that Jonathan Gresham, unfortunately, is not going to be not showing up for his match against Eddie Edwards. And our gracious Las Vegas wrestling star,
Chris Bay.
Mr. Chris Bay. I was waiting for you to say it.
Well, you hesitated, so I wasn't sure.
Mr. Chris Bay is got the call and is either in Poughkeepsie by now or heading into Poughkeepsie to take on Eddie Edwards tonight.
Poughkeepsie. Poughkeepsie.
Yeah.
It was one of those towns that growing up has always been hard to spell.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so good luck, Chris, tonight. Glad you got the call, and you're I'm wide awake.
So before we go to break, one match let's talk about tonight.
Talk to me.
Is the first match that's on there. Thomas asked it. Does Josh Alexander finally get some revenge on Moose tonight? Thoughts?
I think that's up. I think that's up to what's his name that runs it backstage.
Scott
Yeah,
D'Amore?
Scott D'Amore. I think that's up to Scott. What Scott's going to do. Me personally, I hope so.
Yeah.
Okay. We had the great fortune of seeing Josh lose the belt and Hallie lost the belt, so I hope he gets the retribution tonight. But
don't say retribution.
Why not?
That's a bad name.
Oh.
Sorry. Go ahead. Well, for retribution, WWE,
I don't worry
that
about
faction.
that shit.
Okay.
Just okay. I hope he beats Moose's ass up. Is that better?
There you go.
Okay.
That's more direct. Is the belt on the line in that match tonight?
Yeah, it's for the
Okay.
Impact title. I think Josh Alexander finally gets the belt back, especially after Moose is like messing with his family and everything else. He speared his wife in a independent show, and
it'd be great.
Everything else. Apparently, that show was supposed to be in like Josh's hometown of like Toronto or something originally.
Right.
But long as he gets the belt, I'm cool with it.
It'd be great if the little one came in and did something to Moose after the match too.
Courtesy of Twitter,
That'd be funny.
Mr. Don't Care is sending belated birthdays out to John Cena.
Yeah, he turned 43.
And he's waiting for his comeback in WWE.
Actually, 45.
There is a story that has come out that he may be coming back sometime in the summer, right? Like he did last year when he faced Reigns and went through all of that stuff.
Right.
So there is talk that Cena may be coming back over the summertime, between movies or whatever. So, again, is it going to be one of those short runs to put somebody over?
Probably.
Obviously, you're not going to give him the long run with all the other projects he has. So given that, and I'll ask you to ponder this as we get ready to go into our break for the first hour being over, does it make sense for Cena to come back for a 2-month run to continually put people over? Is that worth putting your money on to see him do that? I'll have you ponder that question as we get ready to go to our break for the end of our first hour. That's called The Hook, ladies and gentlemen. I'd love your thoughts on that.
I got a hell of an answer for you, too.
Excellent. Well, we'll save that for after break. Hour number 1 is in the books for Thoughts Count Anywhere. The Chief is in the house. Matt's in the house. I'm Aaron Phillips. We're here. Mr. Producer's here. He hasn't had his jelly donut yet, but we'll see what we can do about that. I know Desert Shark's interested about that. Hour number 2 coming up. The top of the hour right after this. Thank you for watching. We'll be right back.
This is the story of one man's incredible journey from 350 to 200-pound weight loss and his mission to help and inspire others. Aaron Phillips. People are praising Aaron's new book with 5-star reviews. Aaron's various humorous and wildly entertaining stories portray his rise as a sports announcer, his encounters with exotic and irregular entertainers on the Las Vegas Strip through his long-running Vegas Unwrapped radio show, and his contagious and positive style of pursuing success. Call now or visit our website or Amazon now to get your copy of Let My Voice Speak to You, stories from a Hall of Fame radio personality. Order now.
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. What would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? Is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
All right. Oh, there's your favorite wrestler right there. Gunther with Ludwig Kaiser.
Before we answer your question,
yes,
I've got a question. Why does when these wrestlers come up from NXT,
right?
Why the hell does Vince always want to change their names? Why can't they just keep their names that they have? Or back in the day, okay, and if you can put my toy up, I'd appreciate it sometimes so they would understand what I'm going to say.
Where you're coming from?
What I'm going to say. Thank you, Mr. Producer.
It's on its way up. There you go.
There it is. It's up. Now you're going to understand why don't they allow them to use their real names like they did in the old days. Bruno Sammartino, Pedro Buddy Rogers, Miguel Perez, they all use their real names. I was wondering how old this was
going to get.
They all use their real names.
Because it's ownership now.
And
WWE owns the characters.
You got this jabroni shit today. You know, I'll bet you Vince's dad and his granddad are rolling around in their graves up there because of some of the shit that's been pulled.
Well, Thomas just put up through our chat room the same thing I just said. It's all about ownership. John Cena doesn't own his own name because it's registered through WWE.
But even then, they don't use their names now because there's merchandise, there's video games, there's everything. Back then, they didn't have any of that.
Mm-hmm. Trademarking.
So it didn't really involve anything. Now they got TV shows and everything else that they can license a name with and make money off of.
You don't think they couldn't make money off their real name?
I'm
just asking. I'm just asking. I'm not being.
But it's not even like the conversation we're having between NXT and WWE. NXT and WWE are the same damn company, so why change their name from NXT to the main roster?
That
makes no sense.
I'm going to answer your question by asking you this question, Chief. Would you be more?
Don't confuse me.
No, I won't. Would you be more excited to see Phil Brooks wrestle or CM Punk wrestle?
Phil Brooks, because it's his real damn name.
But the promotion was not built.
Okay,
that's fine. And I'm surprised by that.
And I gave you an
answer.
That's
fine. But the general audience would not know who Phil Brooks is. That's CM Punk's real name.
If you're a true wrestling fan, you would know who Phil Brooks is.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Okay.
But at the same token, okay, you got someone sitting in this studio right now whose name is better and much more functional than a real name because it just works better to market.
You got two people.
Guys,
what sounds better at WrestleMania? Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Levesque or Triple H.
If he spits the water out, what the hell's the difference?
You got the echo on that engine. Did you hear that? Do it again. Do it again. Give the
Paul Levesque or Triple H.
I love that echo effect. That was very.
That was
good.
pretty good.
That was good.
That was pretty good. I mean, I
get it.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I get it. But Matt, I think has a valid point for marketing and everything. Absolutely, it's
and
even like NXT. Like, why change somebody's name from like?
Why are they changing Raquel Gonzalez's name?
That makes no sense. That's like
we know
the equivalent of like Mike Trout being in like AAA and breaking all these records. Be like, hey, we're gonna move you to the major leagues. By the way, your name's Anthony now.
Yeah.
That's right.
It makes no sense.
Absolutely.
Mike Trout's from Millville, New Jersey, just so you know.
That's right.
Accidents happen.
I'm going to answer Norberto's question in the chat room. He says, you guys get your tickets for UWW yet? Well, I'm going to answer it this way, Norberto. We have not. We're still waiting for confirmation from Jennifer that tickets are available through uwwfed.com. I will tell you, if you go out to the Sahara Hotel and Casino website, click on events. They actually have women's wrestling as a link there. Tickets are available through the Sahara website, but I got to be honest with you. I'm not sure those are UWW's numbers or the Sahara numbers. So as of this time, we're still waiting for confirmation from Jennifer. From Nick's 2K22 on Twitter, I say specifically the main roster with WWE because NXT's women's booking is mostly fine. They all have characters. Yes, some are comedic, but comedy characters can still have a point. Most of them actually have direction, and the matches almost always have a point. That's a solid message. Thank you, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
Great comment.
Right on the money, buddy.
Look, Santino Marella, after he became the surprise wrestling opponent for Bobby Lashley back in that years ago and became the IC champion.
When he wore the dress.
But Santina, his sister. But he became a comedy act, right?
Correct.
With the snake and all. But he, as a comedy act, was funny. But
he's like one of the best comedy acts they've had.
But Santino Marella is not his real name. Now, his daughter's signed with WWE, I believe, as well.
I believe under Marella also. I believe.
Right.
I could be
Oh,
wrong.
it was their real. It was her real name.
It was.
but they're
Yeah.
gonna change it.
Yeah, absolutely. She makes it big time.
Positively.
So, all right, let's move on. So, our question. What was my question before we went out for the top of the first hour? Let's give an answer.
What was the question?
Oh, about the relevant of like John Cena.
Yeah,
going
exactly.
after-
John Cena's relevancy coming back for 2 or 3 months simply to put people over. Now, we know it's going to put asses in seats.
All right,
I'm not going to take anything away from that, but.
Let me go this way. You have Brock Lesnar come back, put people over. You have The Rock come back. And we know Rock's eventually coming back sometime before WrestleMania 39. It's going to happen.
Well, it has to
It's
build the
got
story.
to.
Yeah.
It's got to because of the storyline. So, in that sense, I don't see anything wrong with Cena coming back for a couple months, getting in the ring, okay? As you say, putting asses in seats, making the company money, and putting somebody over. Now the question is, if and when he does come back, who do you think he wants to wrestle to help get over?
Your thoughts?
I think it's good for Cena to come back to like put the new people over because that's what most wrestling fans want to see is like the older people come back.
Oh,
keep in mind that.
Did you hear him?
Older
people. And he
not like 1950
and he gives
Pedro
me,
Morales.
and he
no
gives
one
me
cares
shit
about.
when I bring up older people.
First of all,
He
Pedro
just-
Morales comes back. That's a miracle.
We're talking about like
he just said it. Older people.
I'm talking about
do you
like
have do you have that on tape, sir? Huh? Can you put that as a sound bite? So we'll have that. And
I'm talking about people in
when
the
I
last.
need you to key it up, you can key it up for me.
I'm talking about people in the last 15 to 20 years, not the headlock Central Madison Square Garden nonsense.
I got his ass now. It's on.
Not the lullaby music you call wrestling.
Fans, we have broke new ground today. Matt has used the word old wrestlers.
But
So-
when you bring somebody back like that to just really get talent over for a couple months, can you really buy into the story?
But even then, perfect example.
Okay.
WrestleMania 38. What's the only thing anybody talks about? Stone Cold Steve Austin. Hasn't been there in 19 years. Puts Kevin Owens over. That's the main thing of WrestleMania.
In that
by
case,
far.
But let me ask you this question. It's a great point.
Totally agree with
Does
you.
Kevin Owens did he really need to quote unquote get the rub with Stone Cold to be put over? He's
No.
over, is he not?
He's over, but being put over by somebody like that kind of puts you up to the next level.
Does
too.
it really, when you're arguing, doing
But
a
he's
lie
up-
detector test with a guy, is that really increasing your position because you had wrestled Stone Cold?
Didn't
it's a devil's advocate question. I'm sorry, Chief.
No,
it's a
you're
devil's
right,
advocate
you're okay.
question.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
I wanna look something up.
It's a devil's advocate question. I'm not
True.
disagreeing, but I mean, lie detector test to a guy who you think is somebody else, and you have Chad Gable administer the test in a skit, in a routine.
That was by far the dumbest thing on Monday Night
Okay.
Raw.
So you just made my point. So he gets the rub from Stone Cold just being in that thing with Stone Cold. You would think it should move him up to whatever the next level should be. I don't know what the next level would be after that. But now he's in a skit routine regarding Ezekiel / Elias. I don't know. You know, a guy who's not of that prominence, I agree, would certainly help. You know, get that rub from a Stone Cold. But you already know if you okay. But Cena came back for one show. I'm talking about Cena coming back over a couple of months, like he did last time when he was going to when he wrestled Roman Reigns. You know you can't invest in Cena for a long time. You know he's not going to win whatever the ultimate payoff is going to be.
True.
So how much can you really invest in that, knowing he's only going to be there for 2 or 3 months, depending upon the storyline and who he's doing? I get, but I just I don't know. I just question that.
To go back to what you were talking about, and you were talking about with Stone Cold and Kevin. I don't think Kevin needed to be put over by Stone Cold, and this is my reason why.
Okay.
He has held the Universal Championship once, the Intercontinental Championship twice, and the United States Championship 3 times. So he is over. He has been the world champion, okay? And he didn't need to be put over by Stone Cold. I think it was just a great match.
It was just a way to get Stone Cold involved.
Exactly.
And I get that.
Exactly.
I get that.
And you know, if he was really getting over, he wrestled Cody this week, okay, as a surprise wrestler, you know, the Seth Rollins thing.
Right.
The most unsurprised surprise wrestler.
Exactly. But still, he's not really getting over by wrestling Cody. Okay, it's just a good storyline. It's a good match. They put on a great match together, and that's what sports entertainment is.
Does that hurt to say?
Yes.
Sports entertainment.
We have his therapy doctor online.
Put that
right
one
now.
on audio.
I almost had to take my teeth out to say it. But you asked me earlier, about Randy and his granddad and his dad. I think in generations, every 20 years, 10 years, 20 years, the wrestling business changes.
Generational talents.
Yeah, and things change.
I mean, Austin Theory is no longer known as Austin Theory now. He's just Theory.
Yeah.
And there's been talk that he could be the next presented Cena in some way in terms of a face that the promotion will be recognized with over the next, 10 years.
If he keeps sharing my content, I completely agree
Absolutely.
with this message.
Hey, we're okay with that. Hell yeah.
And Britt Baker the other day I saw. Yeah. So our surveys on Instagram. You might want to follow us on Instagram because we're getting great responses to the survey questions.
Oh, by the way, Liz told me that if you want me on Instagram, you got to help me get on it.
Okay.
She, I don't fans. I gotta. You see this phone? I think it's an iPhone 4 or something. That's how relegated I am to that type of stuff. I know nothing about computer shit.
You still don't have like a portable rotary phone or something?
Yeah, I do. I got, and it works fine. I put WD-40 on it, man, and it just dials it right up.
Shant says, here's something for you guys to think about. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn both signed new contracts recently, and they got, in their view, the best WrestleMania match in their careers. Let that sink in. Now, I'm going to say this about that, okay? Kevin Owens, I think, has a better position to say that. Best match. I mean, you're wrestling a legend, Stone Cold. Get that. I'm going to take issue again with Sami Zayn in this wrestling match with what's his face, Johnny Knoxville. That again, and I don't want to beat a dead horse. Maybe from the entertainment value, Sami was satisfied. But if I were Sami Zayn and have aspirations to do more in the WWE, I don't know if I'd be happy being put into a mousetrap to lose a match. And so I think what he is saying is really just to protect the company and his position within the company. That was a great match, and it was the best WrestleMania match ever. Because I think Kevin Owens also had a pretty good match against Shane McMahon when he jumped off the WrestleMania thing and all of that stuff. But to me, I still question Sami Zayn. At some point, I wouldn't mind seeing the two of them back together as a legitimate tag team and go after whatever happens with the tag belts.
I can kind of see it from Sami Zayn's point of view, too, because he's had so many crazy matches over the years that maybe having like this fun, crazy match is just like super entertaining to him. And he probably had a blast doing it between like the Ladder War matches with Kevin Owens and like Ring of Honor and all the serious matches he's ever had. Maybe he's just like, I can put my creative freedom to use and do something like super fun and enjoy. He's enjoying what he's doing for sure. You can tell in his work.
On the flip side of it though, and I agree with you, I think he really is enjoying it. But on the flip side of it, when is Sami going to get his push?
Exactly.
Okay.
I totally agree.
Whether it's for the belt that Flippy guy holds, I can't.
Intercontinental.
Yeah, the Intercontinental, or
Ricochet. You're talking about?
Yeah, Ricochet, or I'm just getting old. I forget sometimes. I'm not going to admit that, but anyway, I can't see him go. I can't see him going up against Roman Reigns.
No.
But I'll tell you what.
I tried once. It didn't end well.
No, it did not.
I'll tell you what, though. I think if Randy Orton was to win the belt, I could see him and him and Randy having a championship match.
Yeah,
I could see that. That would be a fit.
I don't think he's big enough for McMahon to like be a true main event wrestler.
Because he's had the IC belt. Has he had the US belt yet? We know he hasn't had any of the heavyweight belts. The championship.
No, he was the
belts.
NXT champion.
Tag belt? I don't think so.
No.
So he's only had the Intercontinental that we know of. I'm not sure about the US title. All right. Thomas Burnett says, Sammy is getting a lot of TV time, so he's kind of getting pushed. He's getting exposure. I wouldn't call that kind of stuff getting pushed, in my opinion. All right, with that, we're going to step aside.
If you're on national television, I kind of think that's getting a little...
Well, you're getting exposure, though. And I agree that you could put the word push in there. But I'd rather see a guy like Sammy get pushed for wrestling, and I'll put that word in quotes, than the gimmick shit. So, just my opinion. I'm one man, one opinion. Well, technically, I'm two people with one opinion. Anyway, you're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere, coming to you live from the Go Live Vegas studios in Las Vegas. We appreciate you taking us with you and making us part of your Saturday. More to come right after this.
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? Is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
What's up, man? It's your boy, Fatu. I'm here with my man, Big G. I need you to check out the podcast, Thoughts Count Anywhere.
This is the essential character EC3 on behalf of my dear friends at Thoughts Count Anywhere. The podcast for your mind when you keep thinking about all things sports and entertainment.
Hello, this is Martin Casals, a.k.a. Marty the Mob, and you're watching the Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. Enjoy.
This is Impact Wrestling's Dash and Chris Bay, the ultimate finesser, former Finesse Division champion, and you're listening to Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast.
Thoughts Count Anywhere. Y'all watching it. This is my new tag team partner, Steve-O, a.k.a. Zeus, from the hit movie Friday, and from No Holds Barred.
Hi, I'm Sean Tavares. Listen to Thoughts Count Anywhere for all your wrestling news.
Hey, what's going on? This is Axe, and I'm smashing the demolition. And we want to invite you to watch every Saturday morning. Thoughts Count Anywhere.
All right, welcome back.
Hey.
Just underway in hour number 2. We thank you for joining us. 702-329-6947. Press the number 1 to come chat with us live. If you're outside the United States, that means Alaska is part of the United States. It may not be part of the mainland, but it's out there. But it is part of the U.S. I don't know where I was going with that. 1-855-502.
You ever been to Alaska?
I have not.
Stick with English, not geography.
That's why I'm not a weatherman. Over here.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I've heard it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
A dear friend of mine lived there for about 6 years. He moved back to Vegas about a year and a half ago to take care of his mom and whatnot.
When I grow up, I want to be a principal or a caterpillar.
There you go.
Okay, that one's done.
He loved Alaska. He didn't care about the temperatures. He was out grilling when it was 40 degrees below zero. He loved it. And he sent us pictures one time of the northern lights that you could see from Alaska. Oh, my God. One of Mother Nature's beauties is that northern lights.
I want to see that.
Go up there and you have 23 hours and 15 minutes of daylight.
I know. Talk about messing up with your internal clock.
I've been there. I've done that.
Can't be fun dealing with the clock.
It was fantastic. It was fantastic. Yeah. It was fantastic.
Did you know which way was up and down, night and day? And
it didn't make any difference. I was in the bar back in the old days.
So there you go.
Oh, back in the old days.
He was confused either way.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to Rebellion. Let's talk about that.
All right.
We talked about Moose and Josh Alexander. Does Moose retain or Alexander beat him?
Alexander.
Josh Alexander's the new Impact champion.
All right, we'll make that a hat trick. AAA Reina de Reinas Championship, Deonna Purrazzo takes on Taya Valkyrie.
That match is going to be a banger for sure.
I think Purrazzo retains.
Hubcaps.
Hubcaps. There you go.
There's hubcaps on here, see?
No.
Telling Deanna Peraza you called her a freaking hubcap, too.
I'm going with Taya.
Okay.
I think Taya's going to win.
You think Taya? I'll take Deanna to hold on. Jay White versus Steve Macklin versus Chris Sabin. This should be an awesome triple threat. I'm going to take Jay White.
I'll go Steve Macklin.
I don't know.
Okay. We'll just assign you Chris Sabin then, just one for all of us.
All right, then
So we all get one.
I'm going to put 1, 1, and 1.
There you go. Okay. The aforementioned change, Eddie Edwards was supposed to take on Jonathan Gresham.
Eddie Edwards.
And our local gentleman, Chris Bay, will be going up against Eddie. You got
Eddie Edwards.
Eddie?
Chris Bay.
I'll take Eddie Edwards. Knockouts Championship, Tasha Steeles versus Rosemary. Tasha retains.
I can't stand Tasha Steeles. I hope Rosemary wins, but I'm pretty sure Tasha's going to be champion for a while.
There you go.
Yeah, I agree with you, Matt. And you know what? Here's one. That Rosemary, she deserves another push.
Okay.
She's been with that company for a long while.
Okay.
She has held the belt. But I agree with you all. It's going to be Tasha Steeles.
Okay. By the way, do you have a historical wrestling name that our producer can pull up for us later on, Mr. Chief? Think about one.
I'll give him one.
Next match, Jonah versus Ishii.
That's going to be crazy.
Who's Jonah? Oh, Jonah's, what's his name, right?
From
Bronson Reed.
Yeah, former Bronson
Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one that surprised everybody when we were at Impact, right? Came in an Impact.
I'm going with Ishii.
I'm going with Jonah.
I would take the big man as well.
So 2-1 Jonah, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Violent by Design defend their tag team championship in an 8-team elimination challenge. I don't know who the other
don't care.
Does it? There's too many of them. 8 team?
Pass.
That's 16 wrestlers?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Is that going to be like a battle royale, or is that going to be like 2 teams in each corner?
I think it's a gauntlet, so it's like,
like
the team
a gauntlet.
gets eliminated.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Well, be interesting. So do you think they're going to retain?
I think...
Let's just make it this way. Will they retain, or will we have new champions? Because there's too many other teams.
I hope the major players are in it, and I hope they win.
Okay.
Matt Cardona and Brian Myers.
There you go. They have reunited for the time being, right?
Yeah.
X Division Championship. Trey Miguel versus Mike Bailey versus Ace Austin.
Trey Miguel retains.
Chief?
In a banger of a match.
You know what? I'm going to go with Ace Austin. Why, I don't know. I just am.
Okay.
Maybe because it's his time.
Okay.
And Trey's held it for a while.
Only since November when we were there.
October,
that's what I said.
Yeah.
They've sounded like November.
Hey, I wonder when they're coming back out here.
I don't know. Haven't heard much about that.
No, I haven't either. Okay, so you going Trey? Who you going with, Trey?
I'm going to take Trey also.
So 2-1 Trey. Okay. All right, go ahead.
I'm just getting confirmation from Jennifer. I see a message coming in.
Good morning, Miss Jen.
About the tickets. So I'm.
How are you, my dear?
Okay.
Okay, the next...
Knockouts. Go ahead, yeah. Knockouts Tag Team Championship. The Influence will take on the Inspiration. Can they retain, or will Inspiration become a multiple-time tag team holder?
Who's the Inspiration?
The Iconics?
And who's,
formerly known as
and who's
the
the Influence?
Madison Rain and Tennille Dashwood.
Man, it's like the...
Hubcaps. They're all hubcaps.
They're all hubcaps. Imagine if there was an 8-team women's match.
Madison Rain, isn't her husband Bubba?
Formerly. Formerly. They're no longer married.
They're not.
Or they're together.
Who are you guys talking about?
Who was Bully Ray's partner, wife, significant other for all those many
years? It was Velvet Sky.
Oh, Velvet Sky. That's who it was.
Oh, okay. I saw. That's why I
Madison Rain's married to the announcer.
Oh, that's right. Josh, what's his name? Alexander. No, Josh. What's his name? He always wears. He always wears the brown.
Josh Matthews.
He always wears the brown suit.
Josh Matthews.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to. I want to clarify information with Jennifer.
Did it?
No. This is not. This is not. Did it?
This ain't breaking news.
No, because I want to clarify the information first, and I don't want to do it during our show. So I want to ask our producer, let's get another commercial break up and running, because then after break, we'll just run it right to the top at that point. Okay?
That'll work.
You're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. Hopefully we'll have some breaking news if I can clarify it. I feel like Adam Schefter on ESPN right now. Got my phone. I'm waiting for breaking news. All right. After this break, we're going to run it right to the top. Hang in there. We'll be right back.
This is the story of one man's incredible journey from 350 to 200-pound weight loss and his mission to help and inspire others. Aaron Phillips. People are praising Aaron's new book with 5-star reviews. Aaron's various humorous and wildly entertaining stories portray his rise as a sports announcer, his encounters with exotic and irregular entertainers on the Las Vegas Strip through his long-running Vegas Unwrapped radio show, and his contagious and positive style of pursuing success. Call now or visit our website or Amazon now to get your copy of Let My Voice Speak to You, stories from a Hall of Fame radio personality. Order now.
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? Is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
All right, welcome back. Can you, the button closer, can you just turn up my headset just a little bit? The far one. Yes, sir, that one. Just turn it up just a little bit. Good. Good. All right.
You're good?
Good.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's your breaking news.
Wait a minute.
Do we have a teletype?
There we go.
Can we find a teletype? So this is what I clarify. A couple of things. All right. First of all, tickets are now available for UWW. They are available on Eventbrite via the Sahara Hotel. So the ticket prices that we saw there are available. Ticket prices will range from, I think, $84 to about $154, depending upon where.
Yeah.
So, and what we'll do is we'll maybe copy the link. I'll send you the link. We can put it up on our site for them. But here's the exciting part. First of all, we've got confirmation that Thoughts Count Anywhere will be live doing a pre-show show. Pre-show show? Is that what they call it? Doing a pre-show?
During the official pre-show of UWW.
Exactly. We will be there.
Oh, my God.
Ahead of the... First of all, let me just state this, that the event is going to be streamed through a network called Title Match Network. That's where the show can be seen. More information on that will be coming out. Okay.
I love you.
Thank you very much. And that means Thoughts Count Anywhere will be streamed through that.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll set up one of our own phones or something for a live stream through Facebook just to kind of simulcast it. But the very proud fact that I'm delighted about, although it's not signed, sealed, and delivered, that's got to be between Mr. Producer and the folks from
UWW.
I'm tongue-tied, so I'm so excited about this.
Ultimate Women Wrestling.
That it appears we are on track for Go Live Vegas Studios, Mr. Producer and company, will be the official streaming service. I don't want to say streaming service, but the recording and streamer on Title Match.
Nice.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Thoughts Count Anywhere, Go Live Vegas will be at the UWW match live and in person. I have goosebumps.
Giggity.
Wow, I'm excited.
We're moving the pay-per-view, folks.
We're moving the needle, people. Wait, that line was used, wasn't it?
Giggity.
Oh, my goodness. Exactly. So,
God's name did you just do?
I have no... I think his teeth fell out as he did that. I think that was the problem.
Hey, it's my time.
There you go.
Ultimate Women Wrestling, Saturday, May 21st, bell time 8 p.m. in the Sahara Theater at the Frank Sinatra Showroom. Come see Jenny Santana, the GM, and Shaw Guerrero will be your host and ring announcer. The following matches. Excuse me.
Easy. Get those teeth in.
They already took his breath away.
The following matches on the card. Ashley Diamois versus Jordan Blue. Zeta Zhang versus Gemma Jules. The Renegade Twins versus Micah Madrid and Delilah Doom. Nevaeh versus Christina Von Airy. Miranda Elise versus Alex Gracia. Lady Datapa versus Genocide. Santana Garrett versus Christy James. That's a semi-main event. And the main event will be Eva Lise versus Maserati. Live entertainment will be provided by Nikki Page.
Nice.
There you go, fans. That's
now card subject to change as always, but that's a stacked card for a first.
Absolutely.
First match.
And hey, Chief's getting this damn wish finally. We're going to have a women's professional wrestling organization and an all-women show. And I'm excited for it. So it's out there now, fans. It's here in Vegas. So it's called, if you want it, it's available in Las Vegas, Nevada.
If you wish it, they will come.
At the Sahara Event Center. And Thomas, I appreciate you putting that up. Breaking news, Miguel Cabrera just joined the 3,000
he
hit
got his
club.
hit?
Yep.
Did you see that the Yankees walked him the other night when he was at
Yeah.
999?
Was that Bush League or what?
No, that's what everybody. They did that to Barry Bonds. They did that to everybody.
Bush League, man.
So,
It's Bush League. Pitch to him.
Yankees were already down, though.
Yeah.
They had second and third with like 1 out.
The Yankees are my team.
I know, but we won last night.
That's a Bush League move, though.
We won against the Cleveland Guardians.
Anyway,
whoever they
are. Folks, I got to tell you something. I got put in a headlock last week. I got put in a rear naked choke last week by Miss Jenny Santana. But I'm going to tell you what, one of the sweetest ladies I've met, and she's doing a hell of a job. I don't want to say it's her team, but the team from Ultimate Women of Wrestling are working their butts off to give us a great product. And
it's a hell of a way to start a promotion.
You know what? We're so honored to be part of it now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's promotions in this town you still got to go through the ghetto to get to. Lock your doors and make sure you get there safely. They're starting directly on the strip.
Yep. And just so you know, FSW's got a show tonight, 7 o'clock at the FSW Arena.
That was the greatest segue I think I've seen in forever. Ultimate Women of Wrestling is coming. And FSW has a show, 7 o'clock. By the way, FSW Arena.
Hey, I'm just, I put it out there. I'm supporting the, I'm supporting the local wrestling, FSW. Going to be some big independent shows coming in during the AEW week. Not necessarily going to go to them because of the prices of the tickets and the people that are coming in. We've seen most of them.
Yeah.
And I'm just not that excited about going to see them and paying those prices.
I want to go to GCW for sure. And then Rampage, Dynamite, and Double or Nothing.
If Mox is at GCW, I'll go to it. If Mox isn't at GCW, I ain't going to it. Okay.
Well, GCW is going to be here, and he's a GCW champion, so you can kind of put 2 to 2 together with that one.
I thought, what's his name is? He's not no more?
Who?
The crazy guy with the cheese grater.
Oh, Nick Gage?
Yeah.
No, but Cardona beat him, and then Moxley beat Cardona
So
for it.
maybe Mox will be here. Maybe. Who knows?
Huh. Rumor has it he's going to be in town for a bigger show at T-Mobile Arena.
Yeah.
Coincidence?
I'll tell you the show that I'm interested going to is the women's show Padera, I think Potter or something like that. It's I believe it's noontime on the Thursday in between Wednesday show and Friday show.
Yeah.
I think it's 12 noon time at the FSW Arena. It's going to be all women's show. So
Nice.
I'm kind of excited. I think some of the women coming in are from over in the Texas area.
Oh, okay.
So I'm kind of excited for that one. So
I'll be at places bugging AEW talent.
Just don't get arrested.
Okay.
We have no money for bail in the budget. Anyway. Okay, I'm sorry. My heart.
I
is
know
still,
people. I know.
That's
people.
true.
I know people that know people.
My heart is still pumping from that announcement.
I'll freaking call.
I would
Uncle,
hope it's still pumping.
I'll call Uncle Guido.
Uncle Guido.
Yeah.
It is pumping with excitement because I was getting more info. Yeah, exactly. Getting more information from her while you guys were chatting about that.
That's okay.
Wow. Okay. AEW announces a super show with New Japan called the Forbidden Door Sunday, June 26th. A lot of people expected his announcement to be different on so many levels. Do you think there was any type of letdown that it was about a show, a Forbidden Door show? Or do you think this had the same type of excitement as a TV contract or Bray Wyatt possibly walking out? I mean, I don't know.
I was excited to hear about the show, but I kind of thought it was going to be like, because I even put it on our Instagram, I thought it was either going to be a better TV deal for Ring of Honor or a streaming deal for AEW.
Okay.
But the dream matches that can go on during this is going to be pretty exciting. I'm sure tickets are going to sell out instantaneously. I think Okada's already trolling fans because he says, like, his wife's birthday is the same day, so I don't think he can get back to Japan. But he has to be there for the show to even make sense. That's got to be the main event, Okada versus somebody.
Okay. Now, who's going to take lead, though, in booking that card? That's one question that came up on social media. Will it be Tony Khan? Will it be the folks from New Japan? Regardless.
There's going to be many arguments on the way to that show.
I wonder if Omega will be healthy by then to be able to wrestle.
Hopefully. They said he's not going to be a double or nothing, so he's got like another month after that. So hopefully
that could be Okada's opponent.
We've already seen that, though. Seen it a couple times. I want to see like matches that haven't happened yet.
How about Cole Baby against Okada?
That'd be cool. Maybe CM Punk versus... Everyone wants to see CM Punk versus Kenta because of the GTSs.
Yep. I mean, hard to say. And what's his name was on Impact AEW last night. Excuse me, fans.
Ishii versus Adam Cole. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, and what's his name?
The hell did I say?
I don't know.
Oh, that was to his. He couldn't remember shit.
I didn't even hear the shit part. Shit.
Sorry.
Are you that excited? You knocking
I
your
am.
water over?
I'm knocking water. I'm still. She's still messaging me with information.
Nice.
So I'm sorry that I'm kind of fading out of there, but I am listening.
Yours is right here.
Okay.
No, what I was going to say to you, Matt, is somebody come out from the back last night and I helped.
Jay White.
Yeah, I guess.
Last night I was at work. I don't know.
No. Jay White came out last night too.
Oh, okay.
On the ring, down the ring, and helped. So I guess he's going to be there. I'm thinking. Trying to
Bullet Club's got to be there. There's a whole lot of names that got to be there, but
Yeah.
I think that show's big enough. It could. I don't think the United Center's big enough. I think they legit could have put that in a stadium and been fine.
My question is, are they going to have the real Bullet Club there?
You can't. They're not even signed with. AJ Styles can't be there.
Well,
Finn Balor can't be there.
Hey.
The Good Brothers can't be there. That's the real Bullet Club.
Balor should be there because he's doing shit with WWE.
Well, I saw something that said that Balor's contract's up or something very soon. So he may be there. What about the Good Brothers?
Their contracts aren't up till July.
So they won't. Well, don't say never. I mean, Impact and AEW's colluded before.
I mean, if they're going to do like a Forbidden Door thing, it would make sense for like Impact people to be there too. But
and I guess the other thing is the rub off of this. you had the good point. What's going to happen, and what's going to be the fallout for ROH? Who's ROH? You know, ROH could have a hell of a roster.
Hell yeah, and their last show for Sinclair was like last week, so
I mean,
they need some form of TV deal like soon.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
You know, can you imagine though, possibly getting some wrestlers from AEW, possibly getting some wrestlers from New Japan, and then some of their own wrestlers from ROH that I'm sure are going to want to go back to it. That to me is a hell of a roster.
Just to like promote the show, since Double or Nothing is like a month out and it's here, could you imagine if like CM Punk wins the title at Double or Nothing and Okada comes out and like confronts him? That place would go psychotic.
You mean Phil?
His name's CM Punk.
You mean Phil? Phil Brooks.
That's right. That's right.
Baby.
Apparently, the CM Punk match actually has already been confirmed.
Oh, it has?
So,
Yeah.
according to Thomas.
Hey,
oh no,
Tom.
I'm sorry, Shant. That was
Shant.
Shant. I'm sorry.
Where you getting your source from? Give it up. You know, if we're gonna put it out, let's. You know.
All right. Next topic. While we get that,
Yeah.
Britt Baker returns to Dynamite and qualifies for the Owen Hart Cup tournament.
It's about time. That was a sad 2 weeks without Britt Baker. Couple weeks.
Well, you know, same thing can be said about Becky too.
She
You know,
comes back on Raw.
She's coming back this week. I agree, but same thing.
I want to see
mean,
Asuka or Bayley finally come back. I'm tired of waiting for them to come back. They need those two in there to shake things up.
Bayley,
either
sure.
brand.
Asuka,
Fightful.
They need the talent.
Fightful wrestling news.
There you go.
Thank you, Shant. I appreciate it, buddy.
There you go. All right, so Britt is back. Cash Wheeler versus Dax Harwood on Dynamite in a qualifying match for the Owen Cup.
And you know, the thing was last night on the show, they explained about the honor that they have wrestling in the Owen Hart
Cup.
Right. You know, it's all about Owen.
Right.
And they're very excited to wrestle each other.
Sure. It's going to make an interesting stage for them to do that on, especially with talk of them maybe coming back to the WWE at some point. So who the hell knows?
I don't think they're going back, but
I don't either. I really don't think they will.
But Cody also said he was going to be in AEW for life, and we saw how that worked out. So you never know.
Absolutely. Jade Cargill retains the TBS championship on Rampage. I think now she's 30-0 if you follow
30-0,
records. And they made a big deal with confetti and everything after the match. What's your thoughts on Jade Cargill?
She's improved a lot since she first started. She's turned into one of the top women performers in that company.
Okay.
You know, I wonder who, and I've got to put it out there. I wonder who the women's trainer is for AEW.
It's got to be Serena Deeb.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay, and Serena.
She has a good hand in it. One of the two.
She's very, very knowledgeable. I agree with you. So I mean, you know, their division is getting stronger by the day.
Thomas predicting that the finals for the women's tournament is going to be Britt versus Toni Storm.
They already got my money.
That's going to be out here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
So they're finishing that tournament up here.
Are you guys going to the AEW shows?
Not on that weekend. I'm already committed.
I got tickets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going.
Unfortunately,
all 3 days.
With the big Memorial Day weekend and school just about finished. Well, school would have just finished the Wednesday before. Wifey wants to take a little break.
How long are you going for?
Oh, I don't know. We haven't worked on it. It may just be a one-nighter somewhere.
Oh.
So,
Sir, you are a wrestling journalist.
I know. Well, that's what I have my research.
You have to do
staff.
this for your job.
Let us know.
Hey, I'm lucky I get away with watching it on pay-per-view at home, okay?
Let us know for sure, though.
Of course.
You know.
Of course.
He's magically only free for the women's shows somehow.
Hopefully
you figured it out.
Hey, hopefully it's going to be, you know, a week or so.
Adjust your wire underneath on the connector. Do you hear that, Mr. Bruce? Oh, you're not. Are you not listening to the feed? There's a sound in the background.
Hopefully it'll be.
Just went away.
Hopefully it'll be. You're going away for like a week or so.
Well, that week away is coming up in July. This is going to be like maybe a 1-nighter, 2-nighter kind of thing, but we haven't worked any of those plans out yet.
It's not going to be over the weekend, is it? Or it is?
Possibly. That's what I'm saying. We haven't worked out the details, but it's a long weekend for her. So
and that's Memorial Day weekend, right?
That is correct, sir. So I want to share this, though.
We'll get Kevin in here that weekend.
May 14th.
Hell yeah.
May 14th, I will actually be in California on business, but I will be linked in. I'm going to remote in for this and my show because I'm doing a 2 o'clock show with Kiwanis.
Oh, okay.
So I will be co-hosting from Rancho Cucamonga, Ontario.
The home of the Young Bucks.
That's right. So
that's by San Diego.
San Diego? No.
Yeah.
Kind of by L.A.
I was going to say it's near Ontario. It's not that far south. I'm not going to San Diego. Where's Ontario? In Canada. Don't say Canada.
If you go over,
San Bernardino.
I can get you up to Rancho Cucamonga.
In my day, before they built the I-15.
Heading in to San Diego. Then you head into San Diego, but you shoot north.
Yeah, but I'm taking 15 south and around, and you make that one turn, it's right there.
And it's about 25 minutes out of San Diego.
Well, I don't know if I'll have time to get down to San Diego, though.
He's not a geography teacher.
No, that's right. I'm not. Remember, I screwed up the geography before.
And the only reason I know is because I lived out there.
All right. A couple more headlines before we go to birthdays and pop culture. Adam Cole also qualified for the Owen Hart Cup tournament.
He cheated.
And
still won, baby.
Lady Frost announces she will miss time due to an unspecified injury. She will have minor surgery in May. Okay?
Where the hell's that?
Turn it over. Page the backside there, sir.
Got it.
There you go.
I got it. I'm a day late and $1 short.
Well,
as usual.
First step to recovery. It's okay.
Yep.
All right.
Thank
you very much.
I don't believe you said that.
To you, listen. I say
one day at a time.
But you know what? I say it with love.
One line at a time for this.
One what?
One line at a time for this.
We'll do it in Braille next week.
I'm gonna figure out how to do that.
Oh yes, and of course you can always find Chief on his OnlyFans page to catch. That's TCA's right there. But then we've broken Chief off into his own OnlyFans
I've got
page.
it.
I was gonna make that a T-shirt. There's like a watermark in the middle of the freaking fan.
Is there really? Well, we'll have to find one that doesn't. We'll have to find one that doesn't have it. And we'll use that
I
one.
didn't realize. I'm gonna be clean 39 years this year.
Wonderful. Congratulations. That's great.
That's
absolutely.
Yeah, that's over half my life. Wow. Hey, it's fun.
That's great.
It's fun.
That's great.
Where are we at?
All right, it's time for some birthdays. We're almost done with the show, so we got to get these birthdays in.
Happy birthday
as soon as we get our music keyed up. Of course, if you're
Happy
celebrating a
birthday
birthday
to
today
you.
through Friday.
Happy birthday. There
Is
we
Friday
go.
the 29th already?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, holy cow.
Yeah.
We got a big list on a couple of days here. If you're celebrating a birthday today, first of all, we want to wish you a happy birthday from all of us here at Thoughts Count Anywhere. And Pocket Aces, courtesy of them. You hear the happy birthday theme. Today, Tony Atlas, Terry Gordy, John Cena, Dominic, how do you pronounce his last name? I always screw it up.
Dijakovic.
That's the guy. Dr. Britt Baker today, ironically, as we're talking about her. And Moose, a lot of people we talked about today celebrating a birthday. That is very cool. April 26th, Crusher, Jerry Blackwell, The Mayor, Kane, The Yeti, and Amazing Red. April 29th, Vladimir Kozlov. 27th, April 28th, Alex Riley. Whatever happened to Alex Riley? He had that great run in WCW, came over to WWE after the transition, and then after about 6 months.
Alex Wright or Alex Riley?
It's right. Wasn't it Riley?
Alex Riley was the Miz's cheering guy for a minute.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking. He came in with Miz for a while.
Yeah.
Right.
It's two different people.
So who's the other one?
Alex Wright was the German guy that did the dance.
Oh, that's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Too many close names.
He was in WCW.
Yeah.
Alex Wright.
Drew Gulak also celebrates a birthday, and on April 29th on Friday, Paul Roma, Titus O'Neil, which I was glad to see he kept his feet at WrestleMania this year. And Jay Lethal, and that's everybody celebrating a birthday.
You guys are in trouble.
Why?
You guys forgot a really, really important one.
It's not on the list. Whose is it?
April Hom's birthday
April
is Monday.
April, well, that would have been on as in 2 days from now?
Yeah.
I didn't have it on.
He didn't have it on the list. Well, let me step back. And of course, as always, our favorite gal who's part of Thoughts Count Anywhere, we would never miss. Yeah, thanks, Thomas. We would never miss April Hom's birthday. But yes, the Royal Hawaiian celebrating another royal birthday this Monday. Congratulations. Happy birthday, April. We love you. Happy birthday to everybody celebrating from all of us here at Thoughts Count Anywhere. Wasn't on the list, so it didn't make the list.
Hey,
Jericho will be very unhappy.
I'm telling.
It's Chief's fault.
I
just read what's provided.
I got some pop culture.
All right, we got 2 on there, but what you got?
I went on the CAC site.
Okay.
And it's stop. This is serious, no bullshit.
Serious.
This is real no bullshit.
Okay.
Beep.
Yeah, what you got? That's right. Kill that, so to speak. All right, what's on CAC? Are they coming up soon? What's up?
The Rock and Roll Express will be honored this year as the tag team going into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I would assume that Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson will both be out here for Cauliflower Alley this year at the
Is it
Plaza.
in September again?
At the Plaza Hotel.
Is it in September?
I believe so.
All right. So maybe.
So that'd be 2 good autographs for you to get, sir.
And maybe.
So
and maybe guests.
That's wrestling news. That's not pop culture news.
No, that's all right. It covers everybody. It's all right. It's all good. And then
fucking Mike Tyson's boxing news, not pop culture.
No, but
yeah, it is.
But when it happens on a plane, when
Mike
it happens
Tyson
on a plane,
punches
though,
somebody on a plane. That's pop culture news.
There you go. Here's the video. So check this out, courtesy of who's it? TMZ Sports. You see, Mike's just sitting there, and this guy's just in his ear.
Yeah, I don't blame Mike.
Absolutely, that's what I was thinking. Then at some point, check this out. It'll turn real quickly here.
Mike turned around and whacked his ass.
And then they show an after picture of the guy's face. But Dana White did a. Okay, here we go. Here's the close up. Do we have it? Is this after the shot? No. This is still him mouthing.
On a flight from San Francisco
to
Florida,
it is.
an unruly passenger.
All right. We don't get a picture of him actually throwing the punch, but I wonder if he has. Oh, it's coming up. That's right. Sorry. Oh, here we go. There it is. Tyson with a quick rights, quick lefts.
Then
being held down.
Mike
There he is. Oh, my goodness. He's
broke.
beating the daylights out of him with a couple of. Oh, look at that face. Oh, look at his right side of his face. Oh, such a sad puppy. Idiot.
Is that,
that should be a hashtag stupid idiot there, too. Right? But then here's the thing. Dana White was sitting in first class from UFC, and he gave up his first class seat for Mike Tyson.
That was on his private plane.
What, on the picture?
The Dana White one?
Yeah.
That's
that
on
wasn't
Dana's
part of that
plane.
flight?
No.
Because the video I saw actually had that part of it. That's interesting
it
to
did?
know. Yeah.
Huh.
But all right, so I detract my last comment.
You know what?
Strike that from the record, Your Honor.
Again, I'm going to say professional wrestlers, boxers, basketball players, hockey players, they're all our heroes, but they're also human beings.
Absolutely.
And you dumb shit, you wanted to act like a butthead, well, guess what? You got your ass beat by one of the best boxers in the world.
He's been boxing forever, but he's still the baddest man on the planet.
I wouldn't mess with him.
Hashtag stupid idiot now has another reason. I like that. I think I like that hashtag.
You just made the list.
You just made the list of stupid idiot. We need to have a stupid idiot list.
Yeah.
That's what we should do. Get a clipboard, right? List, stupid idiot list, and start putting names on it. I hope Jericho doesn't mind. In the meantime, we are in the midst of NBA playoffs, but before we get to that, we kind of touched on it early on in the show. The NFL draft is coming up next weekend.
Yeah.
If you don't have any business being in and around the strip next week, don't, in my opinion.
And of course, the Las Vegas Raiders do not have a pick in the first round this year. You know, really disheartening being they're holding it here in our hometown and we don't have our first round pick.
They still suck.
They just
so
they just signed their quarterback to an extension for a couple of more years. They just signed him. Listen, they did okay with some free agent moves. You know, they signed some great players during the free agent period. Yeah, it would have been nice to have him have a first-round pick, you know, during the event being here. But you know what? It's going to be a great revenue draw for us here in Vegas.
Absolutely.
Then I believe, was it 2023, the Super Bowl is coming or
Yes.
something like that. So that's not far behind. Yeah. And we already know that Vegas, we know, is the entertainment capital of the city, but of the world. But sports capital of the world, can we pretty much take that title right now, do you think?
We're getting there.
I mean, who's bigger? What city is bigger in sports overall than Vegas right now in the United States?
Kind of funny after like the A's council people called our town trash, that we had more people at the Aviators game the last 3 days than the A's had in their stupid trashy stadium in Oakland.
Did you see who was sitting in the Aviators stadium last night?
I did not.
The owner of the
A's?
Yes.
Well, listen, I have no problem with them coming here. I think it would be the first time in baseball history that a major league team and its AAA affiliate would be in the same city.
They would have to move the Aviators.
That won't happen. The Aviators will move.
Oh, God, I hope not. So what are you going to do with that beautiful stadium up in Summer?
I'm sure
Get
they'll just
another
move
team?
like the affiliate. I'm sure we'll have a different affiliate, but...
Yeah, they can't have the same.
Well, it would be interesting because it would make call-ups really easy.
Hell yeah. It's like, come up the street.
That's
Need
right.
you.
Exactly. We'll send the RTC bus to get you.
Hey,
We'll be right there.
they could all, and I'll be honest, they could convert that stadium into a soccer stadium.
Well, they're doing that with Cashman Field. That's the soccer field right now.
That's where the lights play.
Yeah, exactly. And with the money that they've invested in the Las Vegas ballpark, I don't know that they'd want to do it for anything else other than baseball. So I could see, like you talked about,
that place is nice.
Keep the team and change the affiliation.
Yeah.
That would make a lot of sense. Just they could do that as well. But we'll see. Again, discussions will be had where this new stadium should be built and everything else. I'm still a proponent for getting it off the strip to the north. But
they could always just flip-flop the team, the AAA team here in Las Vegas right now with the AAA team up in Reno, the Reno Aces.
Who's their major league club?
San Francisco, I believe.
That would take some negotiations, but it'd be interesting to
but
see.
they could do that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, look, if we were the affiliate of the New York Mets for 2 years, which geographically, even though Summer's not sharp in geography, doesn't make a whole lot of sense that you'd have a AAA team 2,500 miles away from your major league team. But what do I know about hockey? They didn't ask me my opinion. NBA playoffs. We have a couple of minutes left, real quickly. Miami's up 2-1. Atlanta beat them last second. Philly's up 2-0, I believe, or they're about to close. They're in control of their season. Joel Embiid hurt thumb. He says he's playing.
I can't believe Golden State's about to sweep the Nuggets.
Yeah.
I thought the Nuggets were going to go farther, but once they got stuck to Golden State.
Shant clarifies the San Francisco AAA team is the Sacramento River Cats. But
okay.
But you're right. There is a team up in the Reno team is the affiliate for somebody, and I can't think of who it is. But
who's Reno's, Shant?
Our crack research staff. But anyway, so right now, who do you think would be coming out of each conference, Matt? Out of the East Conference and the West Conference that we could potentially see? Sixers are up 3-0.
I want to see Sixers versus Golden State in the NBA Finals.
Oh, that would be interesting. Joel Embiid from the inside, Steph Curry on the outside.
That'd be a good series.
That would be interesting. Question is, can Doc Rivers actually control and manage a game? Because their question, he only takes teams so far. He's one of those coaches. I mean, look at the Clippers. They had all this talent, but they just couldn't get over the hump for a couple of years. So,
can I break in on something?
Sure. We have a minute left.
Coach K retired.
Yes.
But we had another great coach, which really surprised me this week, retire. Jay Wright from Villanova.
Yeah, and
that
did you read
surprised
why?
me.
Did you read why?
Something to do with his family, I believe.
Well, maybe, but the word that I saw official on ESPN was he lost his edge. He lost his passion for it. Maybe there's family stuff going on that caused that, but he was there, 21 years, something like that?
21 years he was Nova. Good
for him. Good for him. It was a great run. Anyway, let's see. All kinds of stuff. We want to thank everybody out in Twitter land for participating. We want to thank everybody who's sent in messages from YouTube, which is tremendous. Shan says Reno Aces, he believes, is the AAA team of the Seattle Mariners, and I think that's correct.
Okay.
Great show today.
And I want to, again, I want to thank Miss Jenny Santana for everything she's done for us. And we're going to do for her.
UWW ticketfed.com. We have the link that you can get your tickets on Eventbrite. Matt will post that on our Facebook page, on our website. We'll get it out there to anybody who wants tickets. Support them. We will be there. Official breaking news. We are going to do a pre-show. I'm finding out the logistics. Go Live Vegas will be providing the camera setup in order to stream the show on their network. We're excited, and I'm hoping maybe we can get some interviews post-show that we can record and use as well. All right.
You might even see a chief in the tux.
Yeah, more on that to come. Anyway.
Maybe.
Top of the hour, Aaron Zauer with Aaron Phillips. I have movie producer, director, screenwriter, actress, Miss Deborah Richards will be joining me here in studio as well. Final thoughts, Mr. Matt.
Everybody have a good, safe week. Stay cool. Buy your tickets to all the events coming up. There's a lot of wrestling coming to Vegas.
A lot.
Support it all.
Chief, final thoughts.
Everybody, be safe. God bless everybody. Remember, we're all humans. Step back and take a breath once in a while.
Absolutely. With that, want to wish everybody having a great week and thank everybody for watching us today and participating. We appreciate it. Next week, we'll be right back here talking all wrestling that there is to be had. Visit our Facebook page. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Give us birthdays. If you've got a birthday that you'd like us to announce, post it on our Facebook page or email us through thoughtscananywhere.com. As always, be kind to everybody. Why is that? We're all we have. I'm Aaron Phillips. For Chief, for Matt, for Mr. Producer, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week right here on TCA.
Full life.